Hold on. All right. So we did a
Please drive to highlighted route.
show last night, and we were talking about something that is not being widely reported on the news, and that's that. I'll get straight to the point. Y'all know how I like to babble on, but if you have somebody that's in jail for a simple possession of marijuana, right? Not selling it, not transporting it from state to state, just have a simple possession, like a nickel bag or whatever it is. But you gotta get more.
In
You gotta look more
400
into it.
feet, turn left on Virginia 3.
Biden
Turn
is
left on
giving
Virginia
pardons
3.
to people um, that has these convictions that's in jail right now doing time. Now it's not statewide. You gotta check with your
When
state and see if
possible,
they
make a U-turn.
adopted this procedure. You know how the Republicans try to keep Democrats down however they can. Um, and I'm not really. I'm not really. I'm not a political person. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Biden, and I don't like the Grand Wizard. So, but one thing that I can say that he did positive was that student loan. Though I don't have any student loan, that forgiving student loan debt, and now this thing with pardoning people, and it's mostly people of color that has been convicted of simple possession of marijuana. Now, this will affect you later on down in life. If this continues to be on your record, this may affect you from getting a job, getting a house, stuff like that. So you want to check and see if that applies to you. Now, it's just that simple possession. So you can't have simple possession
Continue
plus
on Virginia
stuff
3.
on top of that. It has to just be simple possession of marijuana. And the news is not covering this as much as you would think they would. And it mainly affects people of color. That's all it affects. Because when you're black, you get pulled over for a nickel bag of weed. You go to court, you go to trial, you plead guilty because you don't feel like fighting it. You you may get some time behind that. Whether our counterparts, our counter white brother and sister, they may get probation, or you may have to go to a rehab program and then it's wiped off for your record. And weed, why would you need to go to rehab for weed? Weed is weed. Marijuana, but as I said before in the stream last night, if you're obese, if you're like 600, 700 pounds, you don't see a doctor saying, okay, smoke this crack, and then you'll be skinny within a matter of weeks, right? Because if anybody know a crackhead that used to be fat, they skinny as hell now. Crack will make you lose weight better than any workout that you could ever do. And doctors do not prescribe crack for weight loss patients. You understand? So, but they prescribe marijuana for all types of ailments, for anxiety and what else? Any ailment, arthritis, any type of mental issues, they prescribe marijuana for that. So how can marijuana be bad? And a friend of mine, she commented on the Facebook, no, the YouTube side, Janelle, she said cigarettes should be banned. Cigarettes should be illegal. You know, people die more from cigarettes and lung cancer than marijuana, right? And I'm like all this stuff I said last night. I'm pretty sure if you're a 70s baby, you took health and you learned about side stream smoking. Side stream smoking is when you're sitting next to somebody smoking a cigarette and you're inhaling that. Now, it's just like you smoking as well. You could be a non-smoker and you could date somebody that smokes, and you can date that person for years, marry them, have kids, and then y'all go to the doctor together, and both of y'all have lung cancer. Well, how the hell did you get lung cancer? Because you didn't smoke. You know what I'm saying? That's because people that smoke cigarettes, just like people when they smoke weed, that stench stays on you. That stench embeds your clothes. That stench embeds your house. Um, it embeds you. So when you step into somebody's car and you are a smoker, they smell that. That's why I don't like riding with. I don't let nobody smoke in my house. I got a big ass sign in my house that says no smoking. I don't care if it's e-cigarettes. I mean, you can smoke weed, but not with the job that I have because I can get randomly piss test. You can smoke weed, step out, and then come back in. But as far as cigarettes, I don't like nobody smoking cigarettes. Even if you come to my house and you smoke a cigarette, it, nah, you can't come back in. Just bottom line, you're not allowed back in my house. You smoke, you go home. Point blank. I don't deal with that cigarette. I don't deal with that cigarette smoke. I don't smoke. I don't want to smell that smoke. I don't want to be around people that do smoke because I don't want to smell that smoke. Point blank. If you are a smoker and you got offended, then you can go watch another channel because I'm not apologizing for that. Point blank. And Janelle said, perfect. Cigarettes should be illegal, not marijuana. You know, they have legalized so many drugs over the years and then found out that it had harmful effects. And then they declassified it as a harmful drug, just like Coca-Cola. Everybody that's drinking Coke, Coke Zero, Coke whatever, and you know this, I'm saying Coke. I'm not saying Coca-Cola. Where do you think Coke came from? Coca-Cola came from. What ingredients do you think that Coca-Cola had in it? It had cocaine in it, stupid. And even in the 17 or 1800s or whatever, they used to have little pouches of vials of cocaine. And they used to put it in their gums. You know what I'm saying? Or snort it. And that was like the routine thing. Back in the 70s, people snorting cocaine like it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And now they have legalized it because, I mean, not legalize it, but the opposite of that. Now they have did that to determine that that is a harmful drug, and in some states, marijuana is still classified as something like an opiate, and something like crack cocaine, which is it's not. Weed is not destructive to the person's body. You know what I'm saying? You may get some type of lung damage because at the end of the day, you are inhaling smoke. You are inhaling smoke. But with the chemicals, they're they cause less damage than what tobacco does and what marijuana. You know what I'm saying? Marijuana does not cause as much destruction as a cigarette would. So your Newport is more harmful than your Cherry Blunt Road weed. Point blank. And like I said, if anybody get offended, anybody that smokes cigarettes, if you are offended, then so be it. You'll get over it. You can find another friend, or you can find something else to watch, because that's one thing that I'm a stickler on. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I don't backpedal and apologize. So if you are offended about what I'm saying, you'll get over it. But weed, the whole topic was that Biden is pardoning people that have been convicted of simple possession of marijuana. So please get this out there. Y'all want to trend everything else. You want to trend cooking chicken and NyQuil. You want to trend all these other fads. But what's not trending is something that's more important than a TikTok video. Some of you people kill me with that. You know what I mean? Like y'all go viral on the wrong thing. Y'all never go viral majority of the time on something that's going to help your community. And this not only helps black people, which it's more of black people that's incarcerated for this simple possession. Some white people as well. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that you know, white, black, brown, or whatever, light-skinned niggas too, if you know somebody that has been incarcerated for simple possession, and that's the only thing that they're incarcerated for, find out if your state is approving that, and get your family member out. Now, if they have added on more charges while they were incarcerated, that's not going to help them. They're going to have to do the time for that charge. But the charge of simple possession will be pardoned on them. So when they get out, they're still going to have a difficult time finding a job and all this other stuff, because that's what the system does. The system keeps you in the system. And this is how it works. You get into some trouble when you're young, and you know, everybody likes to have fun when they're young. Some people like to have more fun than others. You get into a lot of shit when you're young. And then when you become an adult, you try to straighten up your life right. You want the white picket fence. You want the dogs. You want the ducks. You want some chickens or whatever. You know what I mean? You want ownership. You want a nice car and all this other stuff. Well, these roadblocks come at you because of you have these felonies. And what happens is, and I'm telling you from experience, what happens is that when you go to court, you call please, because who wants to sell doing time? You understand? At that time, the Dreamcast was about to come out. I'm not trying to sit in jail and shit, and all the Dreamcasts gone, and I can't get one from Funko Land because everybody, no, they was widely available at that time. But, you know, it was just so many games coming out on Dreamcast. A motherfucker don't want to be locked up. So you take a plea. Yeah, I did it, even when you know you didn't do it. And now you got all these convictions and all this stuff on your record that after 10 years does go away, but they're still on your record. And if somebody still want to be petty enough, they can go back and look at that stuff and say, well, we're not going to hire that person. Or we're going to hire that person, but we're going to start them off at a lower pay than everybody else. Just because of something that you did years ago doesn't mean that that makes you the person that you are today. You know what I'm saying? Even if you were a drug dealer, you was down Harv Street doing your thing, and now you know what I'm saying, trying to be a model citizen and do this, that, and the third, then that's what it is. You shouldn't be held a victim of your past when you're trying to. This is not like the Grand Wizard. You know what I'm saying? And do it to the best of your ability. That means that you want nothing out of life. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go around in life and not have nothing and go out of town to Baltimore, and that's what you think is fun, like you live in DC or like Silver Spring, Maryland, and you think just because you went to the harbor in Baltimore and you stayed a couple of days, that was your out of town. If you want to live that type of life, you go ahead. You go right ahead and experience that and do that to your best ability. Do that to your fullest. But if you want something out of life, heed what I say. Do what you need to do, get your stuff expunged, but I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry about that. But getting back on topic, if you or you know someone that has been convicted of simple possession of marijuana, you can now be pardoned. If you have other charges on you, then at least you can have that one taken off. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling y'all, this is some fantastic news that Biden has finally done for the African American community, because that's where it is needed the most. And some of these other charges, I hope they pardon those too. But if you have simple possession for marijuana, you're not selling it, you're not transporting it, you can. There's a possibility that you can be pardoned from that charge. If that's the only charge that you had and that scared you straight, and now you're struggling to find a decent job, because at the end of the day, the cost of living has gone up, but our paychecks have stayed the same. You understand? So even if you out there, you Lake Arbor people, you people living out in Lake Arbor and think that you high on the hog, this may apply to you too. Because even if your retirement check is staying the same, but your cost of living is going up. So it's just a food for thought. Don't think that you're too high off the hog to accept this news. Because even if you are, you do know somebody that's struggling with some type of charge or struggling in life to do better. Now, if that person wants to remain where they're at, there's nothing that you can do for them. But if you have a person that's struggling to do better and they have this type of charge on their record, you need to get it, look into it to get it expunged. And I know this may not go viral. I know people may not share this, but for the few people that watch these videos, maybe you can pass this information on. You don't even have to share the video. If you want to share the video so they can look at my pretty mug, you can do so. Appreciate it. Subscribe and do all that other stuff. But if you know of somebody, or just pass the word on, man. Just pass the word on. Like I said, you don't even have to share the video. Just pass the word on. All right, so I'm about to get off here. Go ahead and get these duck eggs out, and just pass the word on, man. All right, y'all, gotta go.